All right, let's see if it's actually working now. Turn this down just a little bit. All right, refresh. Showing my... Okay, perfect. I can see it now. All right, so now we pull up everything in the right orders here. All right, you can see my microphone here. This. Good. Sorry about this. Every time I go back to streaming, everything has changed. So it takes me a second. I thought I had everything pulled up the way I wanted it. Turns out that wasn't the case. We almost there.
Baby, go get it and she don't gotta ask. Baby, gon' run it up like an athlete. Plays gold at the track meet. At the stadium show going super hard, cause baby a superstar. Just bought a crib out of lake. Off of the
Bring this over here.
Life is amazing, don't waste a day. Learn from the L's and mistakes. Baby so glowed up, baby focused, got my eyes on me. Baby made so much, feeling generous, 6 figs in a week.
Alrighty.
Baby and Fenty, baddest little bitty of the century. Internet blow up, superstar don't touch. Showing off goes in a frenzy. She leaving in print in your memory. Energy focus, superstar glow up.
All right, theoretically, got it all set up now. Up over here. And you hear me? I am not surgeon. Okay. We'll go ahead and get that muted though. You can go ahead and get logging in now. Playing over on the little Zephyr servers. Like we are already into one of the ad breaks that will end the pre-rolls. So I'm gonna kind of chill here. Actually gonna get on right. Perfect. What's going on, Rebel? How you doing today, man? Alrighty. I think I have everything set up. What you been up to, man? All right, so love how we can see through the trees here. Interesting. Make some of those up, take them around. But here on the Zephyr server, I do have the ability to cast Fly on myself, so of course I'm gonna use that. What's your daughter going to the airport for?
It's long if I choose to bite down on these pricks. X is a lyrical 4-4 and this, so make sure it's X that you wanna rally with. Oh, make a big man turn to a kid. Shout out skull when I splat out wings. Never seeing X's with your eyes closed, don't move past girls behind your eyelid. Bars and flows, check out their mix.
Look at all of them mushrooms around.
It's all funny games to the person saying it's all funny games. Get beat up.
Not gonna need that many, but
you can wake me. I'll tell my man put down the link card.
go ahead and throw some out here. I love how I just put down one of the stalks and it's grown some more already. But it's all good. So most people don't know that you can actually farm these by taking them and planting them. You want to leave squares all around them if possible, because they grow in a random direction. And most of these will grow like 3 items per. Trying to leave. Got so many things in here now. All right, so we're gonna drop down these. My hopes that I will end up getting an extra time to work with, so I can start a proper garden instead of having all of these. Well, these gardens. Break these open and start getting some actual food that we can eat instead of having it either of these are supposed to be over here though. Hey, what's going on? Anyways, I just started on the Zephyrus server here, and well, and now that I am over on the Zephyrus server, started up with some Greg Tech, New Horizons, of course, because we just enjoy getting kicked in the balls while playing Minecraft. I mean, doesn't everybody? That's what Minecraft's all about. At least I think so. All right, so let's throw down these herbs. Looks like the gourds are pretty much good. Nothing else. I will get this cleaned up before I stream tomorrow, because that's going to drive me nuts. All right, looks like I got a little bit left on the gourds over here. Either one of these are supposed to be here, so go and put those suckers at the back. So you headed out to the airport today, huh? And I miss doing that kind of stuff with Uber and Lyft. Crazy how much of a color change difference there is with these glasses on. What's really messed up is after my surgeries, my eyesight got messed up, but because of the insulin, it switched my eyesight in the other direction. So instead of being nearsighted, I was farsighted. But my older glasses actually make it work to where I can see using my old glasses. So that's what I've got suckers on now for here. For? Alright, throw this sucker out. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to start the quest book. I may have accidentally filled in some of the quest book, but I have not actually opened up the quest book. You can tell Dawson has been around my my area a few times. Surprised Dawson's not over here. But normally Dawson comes over and hangs out over in my area. Especially when I'm on stream, usually. Anyways, so Starting to get nighttime. This is one of the creepiest times in the game, man.
They wouldn't let me. Man's gal when I come undress me. Swing with a ride, but I might go lefty. I made plots with it, so don't test me.
I have, because as you can see, it gets pitch black out there. Like you drop down, like you're not seeing anything out here, which is not good because the bad guys don't run around with torches or anything. Again, Minecraft, kicking balls. That's all right. It's complete. And they've got their server set up that usually it only takes one person. Usually. We're gonna go ahead and harvest this stuff. You only need to break one brick, block, whatever the heck it is, and it will. Because the way I've got them spaced, they touch each other. Didn't sound right. But they all of the leaf blocks will all destroy each other if they're in contact. And so the way I've got them planted, they will just go around and destroy all of them.
Told them this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen them down bad, now they tryna hate. Same one shot.
Okay, I gotta take off the ones in the top, otherwise it ain't going nowhere. Yeah, that was it.
I'm a don just like the Perrier.
Oh,
Time when I'm looking at a face. On the low,
yeah, what's
pushing
that?
up the pace. Told them come down and I'll meet them at a gate. Got a check and I buy myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex, but I'm pushing all the weight.
Alrighty. They're halfway done with the collection. There's only 8 trees that I have planted here, so it doesn't usually take very long. Except I gotta remember to grab all them drops. As you can see up here in the GUI, the big GUI, made that sucker as large as I could, because that means I can read it. But as you can see, we are in an area that has humidity at 100%. Usually I go for Mystical Groves because they're pretty, but they also have 100% humidity. In this game, which I've never come close to beating, Dawson's actually on here with a whole bunch of friends of his, and they are. So there's all of these areas, so many areas, right? And of course it's Greg Tech, so it's like doing quests with your balls in the clamp, you know, or something like that. But like once you start in these, there's tips and tricks area. Don't seem to have any of those done. It did look like that I got the wheat one done, and maybe some of these others, because I've collected a whole bunch of gravel. But anyways, so what gets me is when you start getting into this the ages, right? Like tier 0 through tier 9, those it's kind of like oh man, I can't think of it. My favorite mod pack. Yeah, see what happens when they scoop out some of your brains. You just can't remember worse shit. But it was it had the different ages set up differently, and you had to go through each age to unlock the next age. I can't remember what it was, but no matter that, this does kind of the same thing. So you have to finish Stone Age to be able to move on to the Steam Age, right? And you got to do your Steam Age to move on to the low voltage. And then there's medium voltage, high voltage. Never made it past medium voltage. Medium voltage is literally the farthest in this game I have ever got to go. I've usually played this with other people, and usually they quit on me by that point. And then I didn't know how to run any of the machines and stuff, so I just kind of gave up. But this time I'm playing by myself, so we're gonna see exactly just how far we can get in this. Ooh, look at them ocelots showing up. All right, so let's get this stuff out of my inventory, because y'all know I like to keep myself a nice inventory. Okay, so we got some. Let's see here. Cobblestone and dirt over here. I guess for now we might as well drop in all this other stuff too, because I don't actually have chests for those yet. Got some waypoints set aside for some of the places that I've come across. All right, so this thing over here is not growing because it keeps getting snow on it, because this one little square where my stairs going down, and this is tundra. Like if I sit here, it'll update. See underneath the mini map over there, it says now that we're in the tundra, and then just a few steps off to the side, we're in a tropical rainforest. Some crazy stuff. But what we're gonna do, I didn't have to pick up that. All right, so we're gonna actually put in a torch, because the torch should melt that snow if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. I've been mistaken about a lot of stuff, like, but all right, I'm gonna break this snow. I'm gonna give it a chance to grow here. Maybe we'll set torches right next. Maybe that'll help make not grow, or not grow. Oh man, I am out of it. Okay, so let's look at our quest log, right? So it begins. I guess that's where I was at. Your first task is to find food and shelter for the night. Okay, so I gotta pause on that just a second here again. So as you can see, we are in the edge of the tropical zone. We are actually not that far. If I scroll over here, you see Dawson's base is over here. And let me tell you, their base is really pretty. Well, let's go over there. All right, they have been doing just an amazing job. You know, they've got all their stuff up on top, the solar panels and everything, and their machines inside. And whoever they've got designing their thing has been doing an amazing job. You know, because they've got all their stuff at the back hidden here. But I love their hallways, man. Their hallways are just amazing here. I don't know how they're doing those walls, but it's really cool. That dirt wall wasn't there before. But anyways, we're gonna jump back home, because this isn't the game about let's tour Dawson's base. This is about my base, and I don't have a very good one. So it took me days, because I didn't want to do anything in the quest book. So I had to use flint tools. And eventually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig it out, gonna make it all flat with this level here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace going 2 out over here. I'm gonna replace all around this with quicksand to help give myself some extra protection. And then do we have punji sticks in this? We do, it looks like. Oh yeah, so we got these punji sticks. They're a little bit harder to make than it, but you expect that. You expect that with Greg Tech. Greg Tech is not supposed to be your average. This is for those people who want a huge challenge. So going down, literally all I have done is started to make an area down here. I haven't got very far because I don't need it right now, but I will need it. Okay, so that's what I got. I got a 3x3 chunk with my usual walls with 1 lip on them instead of 2 like I normally do. But I will get that taken care of eventually too. Running low on the good old dirt. You gotta have that building material. Okay. So let's see here. You don't need to keep the book. You can press tilde. I'm actually not using the book. Not even in my inventory, except I rebound fine. If you need some extra help or just want to hang out, feel free to visit our Discord. I got the Discord server up there. And yes, the links are clickable on the Discord. Select your text here and roll select. Prepare people to tailor their advice to your situation. Here, many Great Tech New Horizons topics are explained on our wiki. Not have the same extent structure as some things are much better with picture table. Additionally, there's a spreadsheet 4. Man, when it comes to building some of the multi-block structures in here, like I've never in a pack before had to grab a piece of paper and a pencil or open up Notebook, but I find a piece of paper and pencil a little easier just because, you know, I'm old school and it allows me to write down all the stuff. And it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna need 180 circuits for this. And for 180 circuits, you're gonna need 17 different items. And oh my gosh, man, it just makes you go crazy over here. But anyways, please launch Curse Forge. I do not. All right, so we should be good. Of course, I do not have the dirt in my inventory right now. I have picked it up, and it wants me to have 8 of them. So we'll go ahead and grab the 8. I don't know why it won't let me. Hey, let me detect it.
Why do they talk like gangsters? Why they don't move like gangsters? Why do they walk like gangsters? Why they don't move like gangsters? Why do they act like gangsters?
Why won't it let me? Oh, it's already green. Okay. That's why, man, I'm dumb. That or I may have lost a few brain cells. It's the red ones that you still have to do. All right, this book has a built-in reading light. Let you can read the quest while you're waiting for the night to be over. Yeah, I did all that stuff off camera because I've started this pack like 5 or 6 times, and I don't need to. No, it dawned on me. I don't have my actual lights on for in here. We'll take care of that stuff next time. Because I got the light looking okay in here. We need 2 oak logs. It wants to consume them. Of course, it said oak logs. And I don't know if it's gonna let me use.
Why they don't move like gangsters? Why do they act like gangsters? Why they don't move like gangsters?
I don't know why I couldn't find that. Because I have monogamy. My trees that stay married to one another, you know. Now I got mahogany. See if it will take some mahogany. I got spruce. All right. I don't know why I've got spruce. All right, it let me do spruce. Good enough. I guess it does say log wood up here. Keep in mind that you need food to look for Pam Harvest Craft Garden. That's why I've been farming them. Save some of the drops. Make sure you full quest. To the first quest, they have very important information. We're going to go ahead and claim this, and it's going to give us coins and another torch. See, now when I started, the very first thing I did is I flew around and I found a whole bunch of villages. Matter of fact, I've got them bookmarked with home points that so I can get back to them whenever I wish. Got myself a little bit of armor from fighting things. Things in this pack, and I'm just gonna end up saying it a whole bunch of times. This pack is hard. So are the mom. My wife and I had this saying, why is everything gotta be so hard? And then I purposefully choose packs like this that are difficult. I don't understand why I do that, but it does allow me to play the game for quite a long time. So there's that. Oh God, see what I mean? Turn around, there's a Dawson, or I should say Pikachu. What's going on, Dawson? Alrighty, so we needed to do what? Finish this. All right. Too many keys. Too many keys to fit 104 keyboard. There are many kinds. Ooh, almost knocked over my drink. That's the problem with putting it on my left side. Left vision cut. Dawson, why ain't you in my thing and why ain't you chatting? All right, well, we don't have to worry about that. I bind all the things that I need. We can make apple juice. All right, what do we got to do? Usually it's the little juicer. What do we got to do to make some beer? Really? Just, oh, that's his blood orange in a glass bottle. Like, I gotta be a blood orange, huh? Normal orange. All right, carrot juice. See, a juicer and a carrot, or wild carrot. Does that mean the other carrots are tamed carrots? Like, can you teach them carrot tricks? So that's let's see here. This gives us a half a chicken leg and a half of the other thing. This gives us one chicken leg and a whole percentage of vegetables. This has got that annoying nutrition thing in here, you know. Hello, Dawson. I'm missing two heads. Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah. Working like I never right here. There's no head. All right. So this is some food here. That's not my food. Where the heck did my food go? And I could just go ahead and drink this. Oh. All right, let's go pick a little berries here. I use the berries to clear off my food because it keeps track of the last 20 that you eat, which is so freaking annoying when you're trying to eat some good foods and stuff. Now the problem with doing this is it racks up a lot of percentages for whatever the berries give. Man, I don't even remember what berries give here. Fruit. See how this one says eaten 7 times out of last 20? Gives no nutritional value and no fruit value. But my blackberries here, I haven't eaten recently. So I try to grow a couple different types of berries, and then I'm gonna get my my garden going here. I have to see if Dawson will loan me a bucket, because I won't have the ability to make a bucket for quite a while, I think. But if we can get a bucket borrowed from him, then I can get a farm growing up here. All right, just go ahead and just eat them, I guess. Just see how it slowed down? That slowed down thing is when it's no longer providing any nutrition. Now I can still eat them. It's not raising any of my stuff. Oh, look how slow it gets though. That's some craziness how I'm trying to eat it, you know. But it keeps track of the last 20 of the things that you eat. Man, we ain't waiting for that. Once you hit about 7, it stops being really useful. So we'll eat this. One more. The next one will be way too slow. Because now this one and this one are both, this one is down to 6. Well, we'll just eat another one of these. All right, so now both of these are at 7. Now we're gonna eat some blackberries. And that will have been enough to start clearing off the ones at the very beginning now. 2 of these. All right, so now as we can see, these are like eaten 4 times out of the last 20. 5 times. So it keeps track of them, and using the berries will help clear it off so you can eat more of the good fruit. And one of the things I like about these is when you get a wooden bowl, or I guess wooden bowls. Oh no, here we go. Just down here. Ooh, I want some strawberries. And I don't know about y'all, but I love me some strawberries. But that'll give you a berry medley, which counts as a different fruit. And it gives you the same amount of bonuses as eating 3 separate fruit. But it counts as a separate fruit. So I can make up 3 bowls of berry medley and eat those with the berries and just eat nothing but berries. The problem is, eventually, your fruit level is going to get higher. You can see my fruit level is pretty high. But your fruit level is going to get a little bit too high, and you're going to start getting negatives. I think so. I don't remember if this is the one that gives you negatives for low scores or positives for your high scores. I don't remember. And evidently Dawson is not in the chat, so I can't even ask him. But we have cleared off what we need to right now. And so we're gonna put away the fruit. We can find where the food goes. There we go. All right, and now on to the thing here. What's with the numbers in the corner? That's just gonna tell about us the in-game information. I've already gone in and configured it. That's why mine is so big. All right, made with realistic world generation, which I don't think is very realistic. It says if you want to find the warm and cold biomes, you gotta go north and south, right? But there's snow. Like if you go north and then south, find snow, and then you keep going south, and you find like desert, and then you keep going south, and you'll find more snow. So it just kind of alternates, like really hot and really cold, which isn't realistic. But I guess it's closer than most things. Can we make we can use it in a fruit salad, but we cannot. I don't think we can make the plants that these come from, which is sad. Okay, so got 3 more down here, and then we'll be moving on to the more important thing. All right. This mod, Aroma Backhook, is backs up the world. You don't need to know any of that. But it will give me a technical coin. Yay! Alright, Better Questing has a number of useful commands for the quest book. You need to have cheats enabled to use them. We do not have cheats enabled. Don't look at my fly. But it's not cheats enabled. Just flies enabled. Alright, Minecraft World in Chunks. The 16 by 16 columns of blocks from Bedrock Sky We all know about chunk radiuses, loading the chunks. We all know all about that already. We don't need to. We started this game at least 300 times. Each time I tell you how many times I've started this game, it's gonna go up. All right, where'd I put my other coin? Okay, it's in there. Book and quill, huh? Where am I supposed to hide that? What's really crazy about this pack is the fact that until I found a beekeeper's house. Stole all the thing. And the doors. You know, I have never contemplated like stealing the doors before. Till you pay this pack and you realize that you gotta get screws and hammers and nails and screwdrivers and all that stuff to make a frickin' door. After that, when you visit a village, you're like, you know what? I'm stealing all y'all's doors. Y'all don't get to keep. Yeah. All right. God wants me to get some flint. I've already got some flint. As you may have noticed, when collecting gravel, no flint drops for you. Well, there is a recipe. Look it up. Flint. Or look up flint in not enough items and craft them. Oh, it wants me to actually craft them. Okay. So, I know I have some gravel around here. Oh, where is my gravel gone? There it is. So, it is actually 3 gravel. Make 1 flint. Alright, so we have made the flint and it gives me a flint. Gotta love it when it gives you things. Alrighty. Okay, so time to get yourself a 3x3 crafting area. Use some flint and wood to build one. And it is a crafting task. So I am indeed going to have to build another one. Too bad that it won't have detected the one that I built. Ooh, it did! It did detect that I've already built one. Look at that. That is miraculous. All right. Put this up in here. I got all these apples because I want to make some apple trees eventually. But not right now. I want to try to get as much of the quest book done because I can make trees and stuff later. You know, and like the whole stuff around the gardens and stuff. I can set that all up later. Like, that's not anything special that anybody needs to see. That's just so I don't die. And I showed you how I'm keeping myself alive with the food as of right now, so. See this? This is gonna require a whole bunch of Z-tone tiles. And I wanted to get these because these are what they used over at Dawson's place. And like the ceiling. All right, I gotta do this. So over here in Dawson's place, they have these lights that look like ceiling tiles in an office building. And then the stuff that their ceiling is made out of is called this lave or lave. Hell, I don't know what it's called, but it's called whatever that stuff is. And together, that makes this place look beautiful in there. I mean, I don't know if y'all like it or not, but I definitely like that look. So I'm gonna eventually get some of that. Not up here. Okay, let's see here what we got. All alone in the night. Oh, it just wants me to get these retrieval tasks. Gonna give me credit for them already? No, it wants me to get them in my hand. All right. Put that stuff in my hand. Oh man, I can't remember from Jay and Silent Bob. Something about this little kid coming to try to buy some beers. He's like, $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me, oh. Jungle Love. Oh, we, oh, we, oh. And I love Jay and Silent Bob. Y'all don't know who Jay and Silent Bob are. Well, first off, climb out from the rock that you've been living under. And then look up some of their stuff, man. They are wonderful. The guy who plays Silent Bob, he's got a cool podcast. And the guy who does Jay, his name's Jason. Drop him a follow over on Twitch too. He does some cool gaming over there. All right, stick. That's what I was just all talking nothing and supposed to be making a stick. I know my things are slightly off, just like me. Oh, so it gave me another book. Not that I needed another book. All right, so we're gonna drop a quest book up in here. All right, stick. Stone. And gravel. I gotta find my other gravel and put it in there because I haven't really done anything with my sorting system. Why is there dirt in here? Also, where's my gravel? There it is. There it is. Got a little bit of wool. All right. Now we got those in there. Let's keep going on. See, now it's gonna have me make some apple trees. It's all good. All right. So now that you've made it this far, you may have noticed that there are two quests that look different. The quest with the jagged edges is a main quest. Linked to each other main quest by a thick line. You must complete these main quests to unlock the next tier and to progress in general. If you can't progress, go back to the previous tiers and look for uncompleted main quest lines. The other quests are optional quests and is not needed to unlock new tiers. However, these optional quests often introduce you to useful items for processing. What are the coins for? You can use them to purchase things in the coins questbook tab. That's a very confusing name for the tab. It makes it sound like you're gonna get some coins there, not that you must spend some coins. Anyways, you have to scroll to the bottom once it unlocks. Okay. In case you started in a bad biome, here's enough coins to purchase a sapling. Oh man, I already did all my searching. But at least it gives me a stake as well. We'll put these up in here. We might have to buy a sapling. I actually have not found an oak sapling yet. That would be very useful. I got jungle saplings though. See, now jungle saplings are the ones that I love. I love me some jungle trees. Build the 2x2s, then just fly up to the top and crash to the bottom. Okay. So we've done that. We can see now it's starting to show us a little bit more. Let's see here. We're gonna finish off this apple tree over here though. So we need a sapling and an appling. We're gonna make 4 of them though. Just because that'll help give me some additional foods that I can use. Oh, my sapling. That's my pattern. Don't know why I would have had them put over there. Seeds and string and those saplings. I know I got some mahogany sapling. Alright. It's trying to get me to get an oak sapling. I ain't buying an oak sapling. That ain't gonna happen. You gonna make me do it though, huh? And I don't want to use an oak sapling. Damn it, Dawson, where you at? How am I supposed to borrow a sapling from you? You ain't ever around. Man, I don't want to have to buy an oak sapling. Wonder if a jungle sapling, because that is considered a base one. No, it doesn't like that either. Man. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to buy it. But then we're gonna have to grow the tree up, because we're not gonna waste the one because of this quest here. Okay.
I wanna sit in the backseat, but better not pass me. Don't want a road trip past that, yeah. Call me a taxi. I wanna do life, new whip, but better not bash me.
Oh, down here, coins.
I'ma need that key, so
Vanilla sap. Oh, it's gonna give me 5 of all of them. Oh, I love me some dark oak. That is my favorite. With this texture pack that I'm using, dark oak is my favorite tree to build with. All right, well that's not that bad now. I'm gonna have to pick, but I have to get the oak sapling right now. Wish Dawson was on, because I could swipe a sapling from him. All right, we don't have to do the saplings I don't want, and hope I can get another 5 ranger coins. All right, so let's go plant these suckers. All right, these are actually farther apart than they need to be. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, it's time for their server reset. So anyways, so this is I love this pack because it is just so hard. Like, it's a very, very, very hard pack. If you've never played a Greg Tech, their stuff is all technical. But they are an amazing, like everything has been changed. Like, all the recipes have all been changed. They usually changed world generation or generation. They just do a whole bunch of stuff. Perfect. It's like there's a break, so I'm gonna take one.
She too humble to brag. Drop the ball on occasion, but never fumble the bag. She get up early and often. She gotta work for the man. While all these Instagram get paid to twerk on the gram. No offense, smoke a little bit to get in mind right. Never really yearn for the limelight. Spend a couple $100 for a cheap thrill. Wasn't really worth it in hindsight. Follow you, baby. Why don't you show me the way? I know the one when I see her. I ain't gon' throw it away. I can't find the words to say what I want to. What we got is brand new. So we gon' take it down. Gotta let we been through. I can't find the words to say what I want to. What we got is brand new. So we gon' take it down. Gotta let we been through.
Hoodie season back around, no more summer bounce, little squeeze out, squeeze. Keep that indoors when we're throwing down. Oversized jumper with our underwear out. I'm on the sound, hoodie season back around, no more summer bounce, little squeeze out, squeeze. Keep that indoors when we're throwing down. Oversized jumper with our underwear out. Like they're bringing anything to the table. Bro, I'm not your son, see I'm able. I do my own bits. Limited edition on some missing classic shit. I know that you're feeling it. First time, I'm proud of my selfish decisions.
All right. Figured since we were on break there that I would go ahead and take a quick break. All right. Get refreshed. We should be back on here. Perfect. Seems like I turned up my volume in my ear a little bit there. Doesn't need to be that high. All right, so we were planting trees.
And if you don't, then you don't. You soon will or you won't. If you know, then you know. And if you don't, then you don't. You soon will or you won't. Listen up, cause I'm on the sound. Hoodie season back around no more.
Guess I planted them in the wrong direction. This isn't the way I wanted them to go.
Oversized jumper with her underwear out. I'm on the sound. Hoodie season back around no more. Summer bounce, little squeeze out. Squeeze heater indoors when we're throwing down. Oversized jumper with her underwear out. I'm on the sound. Hoodie season.
I know. What the hell are you getting so OCD about? I honestly could not tell you. Ooh, there's Dawson. What's going on, Dawson? What? You got a sub? Well, thank you, man. Thank you so much. I don't remember how to have my thing set up on my thing. I used to have some really cool things, like when somebody would do a sub, there was all these sirens and stuff that would go. I don't know how to set those up anymore. But what's going on, Dawson? You've been missing. I've been over here going, if only Dawson was on here, I could get some help. Yes. What do you mean live too? All right, hurry up and grow. Oh, he is live. Oh, well, let me get him pulled up then. Oh, never mind. He's raiding me. What's going on, Dawson and friends? I was just gonna get you pulled up. Too late. Hey Dawson, I gotta ask you, have you found a dark oak sapling yet? This stupid quest made me buy these oak saplings. But I was trying to decide, because I love dark oak saplings. Or you have tons of them. Well, if I could have a couple, that would be wonderful, because I can start growing some. Because the dark oak is my favorite oak to build with, or it's my favorite wood to build with with this pack, this resource pack that I've got on. Also, I was trying to point out to you when you was here. Remember, there's 8 of us. Yeah. I was trying to point out that I'm missing 2 heads. I need 2 more of your heads for my Dawson totem. You guys get loot bags with saplings and stuff? Man, that's cool. That's cool. You get olive sapling? That's cool. I already spent my stuff though. But I got lots of the gardens now. I have been growing these suckers like crazy for days. As soon as I'm able to get a bucket, I will put in some food gardens up here. Especially if I can get some dark oak. Need that healing axe. What's a big grind? What is a big grind? All right. I was waiting for one of these to grow so I could get a new sapling. Healing axe, huh? I've never even heard of it. What's so special about this other than that it uses the unstable ingot? When you attack a living creature, it will take some health from you and use it to heal the target with a slight bonus. If used on undead creatures, it's still damage, but if the target will injured by 4 times the amount of damage. In addition, when it is equipped, slowly refill your hunger bar. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Hey, look, it grew. Excuse me, I gotta sit on you. Instead of eating, oh, but you see, I like eating. Remember, my family by profession have all been farmers. And so I'll get on and I'll do my farming in Minecraft, and it kind of gets me back to my roots. I love me some farming, and especially with like Pam's Harvest Craft, where they add in tons and tons of different foods that you can have. Man, I love doing the cooking and all that kind of stuff. Need all gardens to make food, and then get the axe itself from a quest. I gotcha. Oh, did you not give me a... Okay. You gave me 1. Well, I don't need your wood. I need another sapling. I guess I don't need another sapling, but I was gonna make 4 of these apple trees. And it gave me 5. So only expecting 1. Alright, gonna take out these 4 and make apple sapling. Alright, 3, 4. We're just gonna start with these. The one normal one down here in this corner. And then we're gonna make, oh god! Dawson just scared the crap out of me. Okay, so we need to put 4 of these with some apples. Get the apple sapling. Okay, so it can give me pear, cherry, orange, walnut. Alright, so this is another one. Because I know that walnuts are important later on for making like one of the juices or whatever. But I love me some orange sapling. I just hope that I can get out there in the world and find walnut sapling later on. Why are you rubbing your butt on them trees? There's no tweaking in this pack. There ain't no tweaking in this pack. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop down these 4 apple trees and this orange tree, which makes me happy that I got the orange tree. All right. Okay, we're gonna do this. When I was low on my torches, I put them 6 apart. Which I don't need them that far apart. I like having a little bit brighter area. We do every 5. But that also means that I can use them as a guide to see where I need to put my saplings and stuff, because you want them to be exactly 5 apart, have 4 in between, and that will make it all right. So he grew. See if we can get another sapling, an extra sapling. 2 saplings at least would be nice. We have crooks in this game. Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. Oh, we at least got one sapling. But Dawson, thank you for the dark oak. Did you spread them out in my inventory? We did get 2. Look at that. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're gonna go. All right, we're gonna go ahead, plant these. You do have to have 4 of them, and we will just wait for that to grow while we continue to do these. All right, so now it wants me to make our pickaxe stuff, and see, I've made all of these. It's a crafting thing. You just give me credit for it because I made it. All right, I'll make another one because I'm eventually gonna get a bucket, and then I'm gonna need to. All right, what do we got? 10 flint, a cookie, or a loot bag from the Stone Age. Let's take the loot bag. Let's see what kind of random crap we get. All right, so it wanted me to get a chest. We will take another chest. You can never have too many. Oh, although if I take this, it will give me another food. But I gotta go out and kill some mobs anyway. I gotta go get myself some steak and all of that. Yeah, okay. We'll take the chest. All right. It's about time to craft something more useful. A sword. Kidding, man, that's a sword. Now that you have a sword, you will get credit for monster kills in the kill all the things tab. See, now that's the way I like to label my tabs, man. They kill all the things. Watch out, monsters in this world will chew you up and spit you out. That is no joke. Dawson was trying to help me kill one of the mobs that showed up in my base the other day, and it like killed me like 3 times, and I think it killed him once. I don't remember, but it was not fun. Like, you can find additional weapon quests on the getting around. It's just gonna give me some coins. All right, give them to me. All right, so let's get this stuff put up. Does not look like that is where I've been putting these. Get some leather and wool. Like that's it. That's all that those 5 or 1 gives us. All right. I'll take it though. Okay. We do not need this hole in my inventory. Let's see what is in our thing here. We got some kimchi, some leather. All right, that sounds good. Make ourselves some leather coats or something later on here. All right, kimchi is a food. How much does this give? 2.5. 2.5. All right, well, we'll eat 1. We'll keep 1 and we'll put the other 2 up with. If I can hit the right button. I'm not gonna have to eat all of these. See, technically, if I did 6 of each of these, then I can have another kimchi when it gets done. So we'll eat one of these. Alrighty. Alright, are we now at 0 for hungers? Yes. All 3 of these are zeros. Ooh, gives me grain and vegetable. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and eat it. That way we can get all filled up on our food.
I got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best.
Pushing right down on the little knot on the top of my head. Get enough brain damage already from the surgeries. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, let's hear. Alright, it just wants me to get retrieve 64 cobblestone. I can do that. See, look at that. I did that instantly. Alright. Put that up. Ooh, there we go. Alright. So, we've got these down here. It wants me to craft a furnace. I don't want to craft it. So I guess I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna take 3 of my flint. Not 4, you stupid git. Oh my gosh. What the hell is going on? How did I just get credit for vanilla sapling again? Yay! Now I've got 5. This ain't a front. Glory to G-O-D. It's what you could do with a mustard seed. It's what you could do when you start to believe. Take fear and you catch. Man, we starting to get snow here. Dawson sent all his precipitation here. Tired of his house getting flooded, I guess. Alright. Gonna claim the furnace one. Alright, soft mallet. You gonna make me craft one? And I've already done that. A bloodwood door, huh? Alright. I got a regular door in here somewhere. Gonna combine these together. See if they'll latch together. We're gonna take another one just in case it doesn't. And we better sleep so I can land on the outside of my building and it's not gonna kill me. Don't want to die. Okay, see, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to come in from over here. So let's come down this way. All right, I want to see where we gotta go if we were to put doors in here. So let's do a little digging here. We're on 130 here. How far out do we have to be for 130? All right, it's gonna be halfway down the mountain. It'll come out at this level though. Cows in the trees. That's how you milk a tree. All right, now that I know I got a little ways to go. Good, got another ad break coming up. I can run in and take my medicine that I should have taken before I started streaming. That, well, it's on the ad break. Okay, I can get my important stuff done, and y'all don't gotta miss nothing. One, two. Right, just gonna take my medicine. Diabetes is my anti-seizure medication.
Brand new, yeah. I'm about to go in like a damn fool. I'm leaving your mans them in shambles. You know, light up the wax like a candle. Like me on fire, watch me heat up the track. I took the crown, I ain't giving it back. Unless you got L's on your wish list.
All right.
With me, you gon' big a statistic. Really, you think you'll get it back? That's silly. I'm about to run the game, no kidding. I'm way too cold, too chilly. Yeah, they ain't wanna hear me, and they gon' feel me.
All right, so what I want to do is I want to have grass growing inside here. This spot. Not gonna be anywhere as cool as place over at Dawson.
Yeah, I bet on myself.
Not gonna open at the same time. Damn it! That's the way I'm gonna have to do this.
Just let a man breathe and just hush so my mind could just see so my mind don't erupt. At times I feel I can't get enough, but I sip a double cup and I spend a couple bucks. Sending out some love to my blood, to my girl, to my buds, to the homie up above. And no more time for big enough to these fakes who ain't around when the time's getting rough.
Not that I really need to have any hangover here, because I'm not planning on using this entrance very much. But you know, gotta make it look pretty now. At least I do.
Loved you till my tears went silent. If this is war, I don't think I can fight it. Had to let you go, let it flow.
No. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I want to have the floor,
I'm bones and flesh, but I don't break. Built walls up so
but I want
can't
cobblestone
escape. Wish I could say I
from
wasn't
where the door connects.
what the fuck is wrong?
6 million ways to die, so I spit into this truth when I break the lies. Everybody wanna talk, but all I hear is lies. Everybody been fake, all I see in their eyes.
So we're gonna have it be cobblestone from the doors in, with grass on the ground.
Everybody been fake, all I see in their eyes.
Right there. Perfect.
That's a rap, man. Enough of them facts, man. A slap to the face. Reality's back. I'm trying to keep it real and keep my stats.
All right. And once we get this done, like I technically don't need to do this right now, but I don't even know why I decided to do this. I love how it says tropical rainforest, 108 degrees Fahrenheit.
So I spit into this truth when I break the lies. lies. Everybody wanna talk, but all I hear is lies. Everybody been
Can you go away? Like I don't want to have to fight you.
So I spit into this truth when I pray for lies. Everybody wanna talk, but all I hear is lies. Everybody been fake.
Yeah, go
all I
on.
see in their eyes.
All right, that's one. Oh, I'm gonna have to go get 2 more pieces of dirt. Oh God! Oh, Dolph scared the crap out of me. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bounce upstairs real quick. Grab 2 more pieces of dirt.
Dead to me, R.I.P. buried. 무리들이 몰려온다 사자해라 미리. Dead to me, R.I.P. buried. 무릎 꿇고 고개 숙여 반성해라 피리. 왜 이래요? 잘못 오셨네요. 상관없는 자에게는 묻지 마세요.
Alright, so
손끝이 씻고 and I live to tell the tale. 못이 박히게 얘기했지만 coffin and a nail. Bury so deep in your excrete. 누구 탓해? 난 네가 하지. I've been mute. I've been discreet. 알만한 사람 다 알아. 나 in these streets.
알아?
시끌벅적. 동네 시끄럽네요. 시끌벅적. 하나 사람
I don't like that. Alright, let's do this. Go. The torch is there. Them both off, huh? Okay. And then we'll dig this one in too. Drop a cobblestone in the back, so it gets the uniform look that I like to have. Alright, we'll find the other bed. Alright, how many did it go over? 1, 2, 4. 1. Alright. This one gets another one. Oh, see? I almost forgot. Gotta have feeling done too. Otherwise, it just doesn't look right. But once I get this done, then we're gonna jump back into some of these other quests here. See what we can get done. I know we had to make the soft mallet. Which I already have. I have a soft mallet, but it's gonna make me make another one now.
Dead to me, R.I.P. buried. 무릎 꿇고 고개 숙여 반성해라 피리.
All right, see, now that looks good. Oh, you sending me messages? Dawson's using my icons.
Leave a cloud in your zones, take them out. Getting rowdy.
Evidently, he's gonna go lurk. That's what that second one is.
I'm loud and outspoken, that out of control with it now.
So those, well, the lurk one was actually made by Biddies the Potato. Actually, it's Biddies _ potato here on Twitch. All right, so we did not end up using the door that I wanted to use, but it's all good. It's all good. We didn't need to have to maybe possibly use it. All right, so it wants me to make another hammer, 6 wood planks, and a stick. See, my hammer's right there. Let's see. All down here.
I don't even want a lot when the genie comes around. Got my team, we run the block. Now they trying to take my sound. This is not
one. We'll make
these. Sitting down. They be running for my spot. Guess I'll have to take them out.
I forgot to turn these to that.
Getting rowdy, a show simmer down. Won this town with my vocals. I'm loud and outspoken. They're out of control with it now. Saw him leaning in.
Evidently, I had it in the wrong direction.
We live the scenes that believe with
There it is.
I taught that freedom and health. I promote reading and well. Sometimes I'm
Soft Mallet Adventure, huh? Why is it an adventure? Okay, so I can pick either between melons or pumpkin. I have both. So I may as well just wait and take the pumpkin or the melon.
So we aim up, never set those limits. Come again, bruv, did I mention gimmicks? Come to pretend you're the one that's winning. Fun for a set, never jumped on with them. Jump on the set, get shut down. Clicking like a semi respect to your clubland rhythms. Looking like a threat when I dub that. Listen, this is my place.
Here's my 12 pumpkins. They are not up where the other is because you can't just pick them normally. Alright, put the stick down here. Got this mallet that I have no reason to use. Yet, where is my other mallet? There we go. Might as well. Gonna do this. Might as well put all of my tools that I'm not using in one spot so I know where they all at. Let's see here. White cinnamon text here. Okay, so we got our soft mallet. We come back this way. It says Fluffy, it wants us to collect 6 wool. So, knowing that if we kill them with this, right, it is this one. Yeah, fire aspect. So we will do the thing to make it the next day. Alright, now we're gonna go kind of fly around to find ourselves jeepity.
Getting rowdy at shows, simmer down. Won this town with my vocals. I'm loud and outspoken.
That's
out of control with it now.
Gotta make sure to stay with. Oh, that's.
I don't forget, bitch, I'm everywhere in town. Think about the ways to get my bread up. Trying to see the chain.
Oh.
I got no resentment, no vendetta. Yeah, she told me up because I let her. Bet I hit that ball like it's a setup. Pussy dripping down, I know stilettos. I don't want the silence.
How'd you just walk over all that? See, by doing this, I'm getting myself some cooked mutt. Mutt.
Okay, baby, that's the code. You already know. Got a bad bitch from the 90210. Stacking all these things and I'm only 24. I'ma make them dance, yeah. Cushion my
Peachtree. Not grown far enough. Edge of the Erie biome.
You know that I'm faded when I really do the most, yeah. Bitch, you got me jaded if I turn into a ghost. Everybody talking like they made it to the top, yeah.
I just need a little bit more. Good 4, right? For the quest? 4, no, 6 wool. 3 more. Hello, little sheepy. Coconut.
Trying to see the chain with Rosetta. I got no resentment, no vendetta. New thing up the street from Kendall Jenner. Chroma on a cap and on a sweater. You think that you know me, but you never, girl.
Well, hello, pig. You just mostly scared the crap out of me. Okay. I is on. Okay. Nope, the rotating. Like either one of those on. Don't need them. I just want to be able to look around and get. What? Good. This is or block. Oh. All right. Is it working on this? Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. got that tree marked. Need to look around for stuff. We're gonna cut this sucker down. Gotta love them rubber trees. Can't really do a lot of the collecting yet with them, but will. So we might as well grab some saplings while we're here. Clay! Don't remember what we need clay for, but I haven't found any yet. Still looking for some sheepy sheep. What kind of tree we got here? Cashews, huh? Cashews. Thought about building in an area like this. Like it's a circle. Living my life with no regrets. So I title, pull up on me. We did chillin' at the spot. Anytime, pull up on me. Huh. Alrighty then. Still looking for some sheepy sheep. Need 3 more wolves. What you up to, Dawson? Don't have this on anymore. Maybe he really did lurk. Gonna head back into the trees. I'm not seeing any hanging out here in these canyon land. Righty. Where are you at, sheep? Slide towards the waypoint. Already there. Sheepy sheep.
If you're scared, go inside. You ain't stopping this grind. When I pull up in my ride, whole squad down the slide. If you're scared, go inside. You ain't stopping this grind.
5.
Tell them don't gas me up. Remember when they used to pass me up like I ain't have enough, but them stacks been stacking up and my stock price going up. Them haters mad for what? Lately shit ain't been adding up. Give you my heart, but you can't have my trust. I'm hoping that's enough.
Love how it just burned itself to death. Okay, so we've now got 6 wolves. Now it wants me to build a bed. This is a retrieval task, which means I've already done it, because, you know, I've already done it. Alrighty.
Catch me in your hood creeping, yeah. BMW in this beat, take a squad, make
Rocket.
sure everybody eating, yeah. Then let's come up what we seek.
Long distance intricate pack with massive amounts of custom time. Over 3,000 quests to guide you through it. Recommend you sell small goals peer-to-peer and see how far your journey takes you. The ultimate late game goal is to craft a Stargate or 2, but the recipe is outrageous, and very few people have ever done it. If you need a big goal for your run, we suggest aim for something less crazy, like going to the moon if it's your first time playing, or making something and automating an assembly line if you've never done so, or crafting a tier 8 rocket kit, which is the last regular rocket is reached in UH. I see.
If you're scared, go inside. You ain't stopping this grind.
Okay. Those are awesome. don't need to have my death marker up. Yeah, I can teleport home. Duh! Love them home points! All this. Point. Got 2 loot bags. Let's open these puppies up. Worked as an infusion stabilizer. Now, the part that I don't like is you can't repair these tools yet. Because, like, if I have flint in here, I put it in here, it doesn't allow me to repair it. Which is really sad, because I want to repair my stuff. You're getting experience points. I thought they were. Maybe they're not. Maybe I'm just crazy.
I got no words for you. I got no words for you. I got no words for you. I got no words for you.
Alrighty. Gonna drop these there. Kind of running out of room for all of this stuff, and I don't have a good sorting system yet. Got a chili pepper. That'll go nice in the garden. Those carrots, although we've got quite a few of those.
Look, I think I need a minute. Give
Cook
me 60
pork
seconds.
chop, huh?
Let me change direction like an interception.
Keep one of those.
Different. Why you mad at me for? Why you look upset? You like Mona Lisa. Passcodes on your phone. What you got to hide? Before you answer that, look me in my eyes.
Alrighty.
Second lies get you everything the world bring you. How you listen to
Sticky
your
rubber
bestie and that
tree
girl sing.
go down. Yeah.
I don't wanna fight. I don't wanna battle. If I did it, I own it like it was Oprah Channel. Sent you 2 texts, and you try to dodge me. Try and ghost me, this ain't Power Girl, and I ain't Tommy. Think I'm running out of lines, baby. I'll be gone by the time you change your mind, baby. No words you can say like a mind, baby. Got no words for you.
Not gonna grow for me. Alright. I see how you doing it. Alright. Don't even have an axe. We gonna chop this down. I wish bad guys would show up on our mission.
I learned to own my style. How I got this smile, conquer fear, got the crown. Can't nobody bring me down. I'm looking good, quite frankly. Tim's a fitted big Yankee. Then I'm cold when I'm out east. I'm top tier, you can't rate me. Stop talking, baby, go get it. You start something, better finish. Yeah, that rooftop still a missing. I'm independently winning. Master B taught me no limit. Faith
Hitting all the wrong buttons. Can't even hit the right one.
You a baddie, baby. You gotta own it on the style and your grace. You better own it, on it. All they wanna do is copy and paste, but you they can't replace. So on it, on it, on it, on it. You a baddie, baby. You gotta own it on the style and your grace. You better own it, on it. All they wanna do is copy and paste, but you they can't replace. So on it, on it, on it, on it. Next turn when I walk in, got them all hot like she back again. Then I'm fit, I'm far from plain. Sugar and spice, I can't be lame. Tried to hate, but my God, stop. You got blocked, but it's tight in. Motivated like them high school plays. I know you remember those titans. Everything ain't always black and white. I'm still gonna get it going with this fight. Shining bright, can't dim this light. Diamond in the rough one made me tough. You stuck on luck manifesting. I say my prayers count blessings. Flashy, flashy flexing. My own style is impressing. You a bad
There we
baby.
go.
You gotta own it on the style and your
Welcome back, everybody. Just in time to see me break the last block, and all of the saplings don't drop. At least it didn't look like they dropped. Not seeing any saplings chilling around on the ground. That's just a little bit sad. Can't remember if you can build a magnet in this game. Man, I need a magnet. Suck all that shit up. Keep hearing that spider trying to climb up the wall and hit my little lip. Want to put punji sticks on the underside of the lip?
And I just hit the bugs. Whoa.
See, look at that. Not a single sapling dropping. Oh, I guess I didn't get them all. Maybe we'll get lucky. But I need 4 of them.
But she telling me to leave it in. A lot of blessings piling up that I ain't even wish for. No, not the one for y'all. I'm locking the fridge door at the crib, cutting hits.
All right. Well, I think we got at least 4. So. If I can at least get 4, then we're doing good. Because we can try again. Do we have crooks in this game? Not like robbers and shit, but let's see if we've got crooks. No, we do not have any crooks. Lame! Oh. Damn! I hate them stretching. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. We got all the way down here, but we haven't gotten a pig that we didn't cook. We're gonna see if we've got any normal weapons that I can actually deal damage with. Okay. Right. Well, I have more of this. I wish we could do the thing. Oh, we do. All right, perfect. The thing that allows us to search nearby inventories. Yeah, if your bad guys stand there on fire, just waiting and looking at you, that's not somebody you want to go fight. What is up with all these cows chilling in the treetop? This another eerie biome? Oh no, that's oil. Oh, don't get in that. It's stuck in that. All right, where are you? Oh, there's a chicken. Up a chicken. But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for piggies.
Never little wannabe gangster trying to play hard. Ding dong, they just think they are. Never little wannabe gangster trying to play hard. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
That's pigs, right?
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding.
Oh yeah. Although it just said kill 3, it didn't even say that I needed to get their meat uncooked. Go ahead. This. Kill 3. What's up, kitty? Meow. My kitty has decided that it was lap time, evidently. Or that was a pig up there. Oh, he's over here. He's trying to hide. All right, that give me what I needed. Joe did. All right, say hello, kitty. All right, so we got that. What the? Have you noticed that sometimes you kill something Even a cow explodes, but man, stopping a proper Greg Tech knife or butcher knife to kill them. Craft a flint, Greg Tech knife, a stick.
25 sitting on
To see the
25
rest.
racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet.
See how a generic knife is any eye show you any pages. The rest is on the last page. Scroll through the page. Mouthfeel. All right, what kind of deal is that? I don't know. Okay, so we evidently need to have butcher knife so it doesn't kill me while killing them. Kind of crazy, but we could totally do that. We can make one of those. Grab a stick and a piece of flint instead. Oh my gosh, my flint was in my hand, or in my bags, not really in my hand. All right, see, now we got our knife. Right, we don't even need to have this knife. That's not a knife, that's a sword. Reminds me of what's his name? Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. Now this is a knife. Oh shit. Alright, so what can we get from it? Lots of stuff. Item rule. Give it to me. Alright. We still need to find checkbox. If you haven't noticed, the world is too healthy, full of special mobs and infernals around every corner. Unlike a vanilla player, actually has to stay aware and pay attention to what they are fighting. Here are some tips. If an infernal has vengeance, don't shoot at it with your 56 damage bow. High health infernal with incineration is hard to kill. Even worse if it's got a witch that can heal herself. Those cases run like hell. Bring a soul vial to capture it and throw it into Mount Doom. Watch out for zombies with fishing poles. They can pull you to them. Zombies with a bow and arrow, they can shoot you back. Alright. Right. Everything kills you. And if it eats you, everything poops. Alright, well, I haven't found any of the silverwood yet, so I'll find those later on. We don't have to find those during the stream here. Okay, we do have some things to make here, though. Although it does show that this is the next task to get done. Alright, yes. You know how to get the gunpowder. Which fighters select magic back to your red X on the back, draw your melee weapon and prepare for close combat. Other spiders spawn lots of babies on death, some of which may be infernal. Flying spider can grab the obvious flyer. I don't want one of those. The whole reason I fly is so the mobs can't kill me. I don't want them to eat me. The only zombie pigman to watch out for is vampire pigman. He hardly takes any damage unless you wooden sword as a stake or have a magical. Well, isn't that interesting? I don't want to have to fight one of those. Alrighty. Blazes are all infernal, and they're nasty. Avoid like the plague. Get some awesome weapons, awesome armor, and prepare for a fight. Or to be kicked in the balls. Or both. The alternative is to figure out a way to destroy them with technology. The alternative to the alternative is to figure out a different way to get blaze powder and blaze rod. The alternative to the alternative. Ah, that just means nobody wants to actually go fight him. Alright, it wants me to make a wood shield. Alright. So we need one piece of cobblestone. Go ahead and make a whole bunch of planks because I seem to be out of them. 4 of those. Piece of cobblestone. Oh, I couldn't even remember it now. Or log. Guess I need to add it to my thing. So I click craft. Alright, now that we have that, we will put this in here and never use it again. Alright. Those are mob drops. The coins. Evidently have some bone meal. Did get choppy chops. Pork chops. Whatever they are. Alright. Let's see what's going on here. Not bad. Alright, now it wants us to make... Can't make a vanilla bow or tinker's weapon. It can make spears. The monsters become much easier to kill with a long-range weapon. 2 sticks, 1 leather, 4 string. Four strings. And I think it's it. Alright, so now we gonna clear all of those off. Don't need any of that up there. But what we do need is a string. Alright, now I have got a spear. Okay, so you cannot throw the spear. You must have been joking when they said that it was long range. See, I can't see anywhere out there. Alright, let's see if we can see any creatures. We don't like fight these guys. Why is this guy taking so much damage to kill? Arco's back! Kitty! What's going on?
Left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would.
But yes, I am back. I think I can function as a streamer again, so that's what I'm doing.
I left the hood, I said I would. I was caught up in a situation, could have gone real bad. I took a long vacation. No,
But how's Kitty doing?
I left the hood, I said I would, so I'ma get mine and I won't feel bad. Nah, if they could, they probably should, but most men end up in a
Reaper's heart. No, they had heart. Just gunpowder and piss.
If they could, they probably should.
Alright, let's have one of
Left
these.
the hood, I said I would.
And one of these.
Left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would.
Because we haven't had any of these yet.
If they could, they probably should. I left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would.
You're doing bad. You had to have emergency surgery on Christmas Eve. That's no good. What was it? Ugh. Yeah, I had to have emergency surgery. I was in the hospital from August through almost the end of October. I had 2 brain surgeries in 1 week. They scooped out some of my brains. Oh, an appendectomy. Oh goodness. Goodbye, appendix. Kitty, you know me. I can't have any normal, weird sicknesses, right? All of my stuff has to be crazy. So I went on a family trip with the family, and I had a weird cough the whole time, right? And so I came back from the family vacation, and I was like, all right, we got to go get that. Like I had to drink like cold medicine the whole time we were on our trip, all the way through California and Washington and all of that stuff. And so I had to drink this cough syrup stuff just to be able to get through each day. And I got back and I went to the doctor, and he's like, oh, that's weird. He's like, well, I'm guessing by your previous history how you had the walking pneumonia. It looks like you have walking pneumonia again, but it's in a weird spot in one of your lungs. And he prescribed me medicine and said, here, go take this, and if you don't feel better in a couple weeks, come back. And so I didn't feel better in a couple weeks. But the day before I went back, like I was gonna go back because it was at the 2-week mark. But that night I started having seizures, and my brain technically shut off at that point because I have no recollection of the seizures or the 2 weeks that follow, because the seizures kept getting more and more. Evidently, now this is the crazy part, I was on here playing Minecraft with Dawson in between like having seizures and stuff, and don't remember any of that. And so the ambulance kept rushing me to the closest hospital, and they kept going, they did a scan of my body, and they saw the big mass that was growing in my left lung, and they're like, oh, you have stage 4 lung cancer. You need to go see an oncologist. They didn't perform a biopsy or anything. They just straight to stage 4 lung cancer. And it's crazy. My ad's about to begin, and then I'm gonna run to the potty real quick. Then I continue when I get back, because it was some craziness. Okay, those are my normal ones. Have none of these grown their fruit yet? Yeah, it gets much worse. When is the thing gonna start? Normally tells me that my ad has started, but it's not saying that. It said that it was almost ready to start. But when I come back from whenever the break starts, I will tell you just how crazy my trip to the doctor ended up getting. That kept me in the hospital from beginning of August to like the end of October. Is it ever gonna start? It said it was getting ready to start.
Yo, Jay, can we get some rap
What the hell?
Look, I don't want to talk. How you try and press the kid and read.
There we go. I had to go to the bathroom.
You know what's capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't want to speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed. Cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience and the pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision. I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't want to talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't want to speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing.
The ad's over for you.
You gonna see the P.
All right, so here's where it gets crazy, right? My wife finally has to yell at the ambulance drivers to take. They were taking me to the closest hospital, which was Lakeview. Now you've got two minors out in the nether. Nice, Dawson. But so they kept taking me to Lakeview because that was the closest. It was only closest because of it was like a half a mile closer than LDS Hospital. And our insurance goes to LDS Hospital, but they kept taking us to Lakeview, which is out of our network, and so it was crazy. The ambulance kept taking us to Lakeview. At Lakeview, they kept going, "You have stage 4 cancer, lung cancer. Stop coming back in until you've talked to an oncologist." And she's like, "Okay, but he's having these seizures that are lasting like 30 and 45 minutes unless I call you guys and you guys give him a shot." And so finally, she was screaming at the ambulance drivers to take me to LDS Hospital. She's like, "I don't care if it's a half a mile farther away. He needs to go there so we can do actual testing and stuff." Because they wouldn't do any testing at LDS or at Lakeview because we were out of network, right? So she ordered them to take me to LDS. Like I didn't get to see this because this was during the time when my brain was shut off. Like with what was happening, nothing was being written from short-term memory to long-term memory. So, like, if it was something that happened for like 6 hours, I could totally remember it. But when it got farther than that, I didn't remember any of what happened. And so for like 2 weeks, nothing got written into long-term memory. So they take me to LDS Hospital and they do every single scan on me. Because they're like, the first scan that we do is going to max out your insurance. And so my wife was like, "Then give him every scan you can do." Because after that first one, yes, with everything that has happened, my brain, if we had to pay for it, would have cost more than almost a mortgage here in Utah. Scan all the Arco, exactly. So they saw the thing in my lung and they were worried about it, so they did a biopsy. And they're like, hey, guess what? You don't actually have stage 4 cancer. And I was like, well, that's good news, I guess. Why am I having all of these seizures and stuff and can't remember anything? And they're like, well, yeah, we don't know. I was like, what do you mean you don't know? You just got done running like 27 tests. They're like, yeah, we don't know. So you have fissures in the brain, you know, like abscesses. And they're like, it's filled with some sort of liquid, but you don't have any markers in your bloodstream for any type of liquid that it should be. You know, so they scan for all of the frickin' like viruses and stuff that it possibly could have been. And they're like, hey, you don't have any of those. So we can't tell you what you have. And I go, okay, why do I keep having seizures? You know, you guys have had to stop a whole bunch of seizures now. And they're like, well, these pockets of weird liquid seem to be expanding and they're cutting off the blood supply to portions of your brain. So portions of your brain are actually dying, which is what's causing your seizures. And I was like, all right, so like, what's our next thing? What are we supposed to do? And they're like, well, what we would like to do is we want to cut your brain open and pull out one of those. Yes, brain death. Told my family, I have one rule, no brain damage. And they all came up to the hospital to go, Daddy, you broke the rule. You got brain damage. And that's when I turned to him and went, hey, I said do as I say, not do as I do. But so they're like, well, what we want to do is we want to cut your head open and go in there and pull out one of the packets of liquid. And they're like, once we figure out what it is, we'll be able to know how to treat it. And I was like, okay, so you just want to do some exploratory brain surgery, huh? Let's just open it up and see what's under the hood. And so finally I was like, all right, you know what? It's gonna kill me otherwise, or I could die on the table having brain surgery. Might as well just do it while I'm here on the table. Because if you send me home, I'm just gonna have seizures for the next few months and be dead. That's a guaranteed thing. And so they went in, and first off, I gotta tell you this. Crack that big chum and drink the juice. So my doctor, all right, his name was Dr. House. When Sapphire heard that and he came in to talk to us, she was like, I was kind of expecting a cane and a drug addiction to come along in with him. But so he did surgery on me and removed one of the pockets. There were 5 big pockets of this liquid and then like 4 or 5 little ones. And so she they got the pockets and they were able to identify the liquid. And so they came in and they're like, all right, hey, we have identified what the liquid is. It shouldn't be in your brain. This stuff does not pass the blood-brain barrier. We've never heard of it doing this. And I go, hey, I am just a collection of things that should not happen medically. That's all I get is weird shit. And so they're like, what you have is strep, but in your brain. And first thing is, I'm like, oh my God, am I contagious? Because I was just spent 2 weeks in the car with my family, like all of my family, in a cramped little car. And they're like, no, because it doesn't pass the blood-brain barrier. You don't have this anywhere else in your body, just these pockets that have mysteriously started growing it in your brain. And they're like, we can't explain it, but we took out 3 of them while we had you opened up. Because I had 3 of them up in the front, and I have this weird scar going from ear to ear across the top of my head. How did it get in my brain? Yeah, they have no idea. They're like, we don't understand how it's there. Because even if I had had regular strep, there would have been no way for it to have spread to the brain. So anyways, they were like, we removed the 3 big ones that you had up in the front. We just had to kind of move your brain out the way and pull the pockets out, or the packets out. They're like, we went ahead while we were in there, and all of the brain damage that had already been affected, you know, the parts of the brain that had died off, they excised them off. So they scooped out some of my brains as well. And the whole reason I didn't want to go under the knife was because I was like, I have seen people wake up from brain surgery and they are completely different people. And I was like, I don't want to be a different person. I'm a good guy to my wife. I'm not an asshole to my kids. I don't want any of that to change, you know? And so they're like, well, you've got like a 1% chance of something like that happening. And they're like, we can't say 0% for legal reason. So there's always that small 1% chance. No, they didn't do it while I was awake. This was all, I had to sign the papers so I could go in for the surgery and stuff. And once I signed the stuff, and I told them, I was like, my wife needs to make all of the decisions from now on. And so they had me sign some papers giving her complete authority to decide stuff, because I was like, I don't want to go under the knife. I really don't. But if my wife says I need to go under it, then I would have to go under it. They do what she says. I was like, so she needs to make the one making the decisions from now on. Anything pops up, you ask her what she wants done. And then they put me under. And then I woke up like a week and a half later. Right? The surgery was only supposed to take like 6 hours. But the problem is, when they put me up in recovery, the remaining packets I had, which were back in my occipital lobe, which is, it does like sight and sound, and smell and all of that kind of stuff. It deals mainly with your senses. All of those started to swell, which started causing horrible pressure on my occipital lobe. And they're like, we need to get those out. Originally, they weren't going to take them out because it required cutting me open in the back, and it could make problems with my sight and sound, and in any of my senses. It could completely change my senses too. And so they weren't going to take them out, but they're like, we need to do this. We need to take it out because everything is swelling and it's causing more and more seizures now, because the packets were swelling. And because of the first surgery on my brain was trying to heal itself, and it started to swell. So we had the packets swelling against the brain and the brain pushing in on the packets. They're like, eventually those packets will burst, or you will lose enough of your brain that you won't be able to function anymore. And so they went ahead and they cut, oops, more brain surgery. So I had 2 brain surgeries in 1 week. And when they took the other ones out, they put me up in recovery, and I did just fine. Except that I ended up having this thing called hemiplasia. Everything on the right side of my body was completely paralyzed. I couldn't move a finger. I couldn't lift a toe. I was peeing and pooping all over myself because my muscles that close off the bladder and sphincter and all of that stuff weren't closing anything. They were just hanging out there going, look, some more pee just went by. Yeah, that wasn't fun. During my time in the hospital, I have never had so many people touch my hiney and my penis. So the final cost of all of this, because then I had to go up to, there was an acute rehab floor because I was completely paralyzed on my left-hand side. They're like, I couldn't even sit up straight. Like, as soon as they would like force me, they would sit me up straight, like I would just like fall over to the left side because there were no muscles there to keep it up. And they were like, okay, we need to start working out. And once we went in the hospital, Michelle refused to leave my side. Sapphire would not leave my side. She kept telling everybody, I go home when he goes home. And she slept there every single night. And they would bring her stuff in there along with my stuff. But anyways, so I was like, what do I have to do to get out of here? They're like, well, you have to be able to do all of your things on your own. You have to be able to stand up and walk to the bathroom. And I was like, I can't stand up. And they're like, yes, but you need to be able to do that, to be able to leave. And then they're like, you need to be able to handle yourself at your home. So we need to do a home eval and find out what kind of things that you would have to accomplish on your own with nobody there. And so they're like, you're looking at 6 to 8 weeks at least of rehab here. You know, every single day rehab. And so while I was in the acute rehab ward, like every single day they're like, come on, you gotta try to do this. And I was like, all right. They'd come every single day. They're like, all right, we're gonna try to do this. Are you ready for it? And I was like, no, I am not ready for it. But are we gonna let that stop us? No, because I want to get the fuck out of here. It was not fun. But they went through all the rehab and stuff, and these people became like such close friends. I know they were just doing their job, but they really made me feel part of the team, right? You know, Dr. Dawson comes in to relearn. Oh, that doesn't, yeah, that doesn't sound good. No. But anyways, so I'm in there in the hospital doing rehab every single day. But I wasn't happy with just doing the rehab for 1 hour a day with my 4 different rehab people. I kept stealing stuff and taking it back to my room and doing more rehab in there while watching The Walking Dead. I've almost finished The Walking Dead now. I'm in the fight with Negan right now. I've never gotten this far. But anyways, so I would do like my own rehab. You know, like I'd pick up my right arm and force it to like hold weights, and I would hold it with my right arm so it could be at least trying to do a little something. Same thing with my legs and stuff like that. The first time I went through a night without peeing and pooping on myself, I was ecstatic. I was like, I did not piss or shit myself. That is so wonderful. And so that kept up, and I kept pushing myself and forcing myself and trying to make every single thing that they tried to do harder on myself, because I knew the harder it was, the faster I would rehab and the faster I could get out of there. And so they were like 6 to 8 weeks is what it's going to take. I walked out of the hospital. Walked out. I still had a bear. My number 2, Annie, made me this Build-A-Bear when I went in. And it's got a little message that it plays and all that kind of stuff. And I wouldn't go anywhere without this bear. Like every time they moved my bed, I had to hold the bear. Anytime I went to rehab, that bear went with me. Anyways, so I got to walk out. I posted the videos on my Facebook. If you have access to Facebook, you can find the videos. But I walked out of there carrying my bear after a week and a half. And before I left, they had actually had me, they were like, we're having this, it was like a meeting of doctors, and they were talking about the effectiveness of this acute rehab facility. And they were like, would you mind coming down and talking to these people? And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to talk to a whole room full of doctors. That kind of makes me yes. But I was like, I don't want to talk to all these doctors. That does not sound fun to me. That kind of scares me. Like speaking I don't want to speak to people in my high school, let alone all these people who went through lots of years of you know, more schooling afterwards. I was like, I don't know. And she's like, we're having Olive Garden cater, and we won't be counting your carbs down there. And I was like, oh yeah, done. Because I'd been eating hospital food, but they'd had me on a 75 carb diet, so I was getting not much. And I was like, all right, I can come talk during that, as long as I give me some Olive Garden afterwards. And so it's that motivation, man. But so I got to walk out after a week and a half, and they had said that I had more rehab, like I had done it quicker than anybody since they had set up the rehab floor to do the intense rehab training. They're like, you've done it way faster than anybody else has done. And they're like, what was your secret? And I was like, well, my secret's pretty simple, but it may sound crazy. I guess I could tell you now that I'm leaving the hospital. If I didn't get out of here, my wife would be in jail. And they were all like, wait, what? And I was like, well, just speedrunning rehab, yes. That's exactly what I did. On my last day there, right? They were like, we want you to try to walk down the hall while dribbling this basketball, right? And I was like, all right, I can do that. And they're like, try to do it as fast as you can. We're gonna time you. Go all the way to the end of this hallway and come back. And so I'm running down the hallway, dribbling the basketball just as fast as I possibly could. And it was just crazy, man. So I got to walk out after a week and a half, and it felt horrible saying goodbye to everybody. We went on this one outing, right? This outing was hilarious because they were like, all right, you need to get used to walking around with your walker. All right? And they're like, you pick the place and we will drive there and you can practice walking around your walker with it. And I was like, all right, perfect. I'm gonna go to Barnes and Nobles up in Sugar House. And they're like, why Barnes and Nobles? And I was like, they got role-playing books there and lots of other books, and they've got little bitty tiny areas that I'm gonna have to avoid knocking books over at.
Pour réussir, mais souvent c'est pas si facile. Plusieurs avant nous ont essayé, plusieurs tentatives ont échoué. C'est chacun qui écrit son histoire. La note sera écrite en couleur. On s'arme de courage comme un calénion. On la vivra cette vie et pas au brouillon.
Your ad is over. I don't know how your ads are getting over so quick, because mine still shows I've got 36 seconds left on my ad. Maybe it starts earlier for you? Because I know that there's lag. I'm down to 5 seconds now. Okay, so they were like, where do you want to go? And I was like, all right, going to Barnes and Nobles. We're gonna walk around there. Your wife has done a lot of ad blocking in the house. You're cheating the system. All good, all good. Anyways, so we got in the van and we drove to Barnes and Noble, and they made me navigate because they knew that I was an Uber driver, and they're like, you're gonna have to get back to using your stuff to try to navigate. And I'm like looking around and I go, I don't have any idea where the hell we're at. That's because they had done surgery on my occipital lobe and everything looked completely different. I felt like I was the reverse of and this continued for like 2 or 3 months. It would have been about 2 months because it was the end of December that I noticed that it was gone. But I felt like the reverse of the Mandela effect. Like everything had changed for me visually, and like Sapphire was still the same because Sapphire was there with me every single day. And it's funny because The Walking Dead is the only TV show that I have a good memory of. Every other thing that I've watched in my life, I don't like. I pull it up and I'm like, that's not it. That doesn't look like that. Those aren't the actors of that show. And so everything had changed. And I'm like at the hospital, right across from Best Buy on 54th, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know where we're at. Can I use my phone? And so I navigated them with my phone, and we got to Barnes and Nobles, and we get there, and we get inside, and we realize we forgot to bring the walker inside. So the nurse that I was with goes back out to the car to get the walker, and she comes back in, and she's like, we forgot to put the walker in the car. It's currently sitting outside the hospital. And I looked at him and I was like, I am not gonna let you ruin this for me. I was like, we still have the wheelchair that you guys wheeled me out to the car with. I was like, I'll move the wheelchair around. And they're like, yeah, but we don't have a belt to hold you up with. And I was like, then you grab a handful of my sweatpants. You are not ruining this outing for me. And that's what we did. Was we went through Barnes and Nobles, and this person had their hand wrapped up in my thing, and I was wheeling the wheelchair to all of the spots. And that's when I found out that Barnes & Noble, at least that location, has an elevator. But no, it was really fun. We got to do a lot of the rehab stuff. And by the time I left, they're like, okay, you know, all the recommendations we did for you leaving the hospital, having to get, you know, the special thing for your shower and getting a wheelchair and a walker and all this other stuff. And like, we already had a wheelchair and a walker, but they were like, you need to get these specialized things to go on them. And they're like, yeah, you don't need any of that. They're like, you are doing stuff that like, by the time we were done, all right, I was back to doing like my martial arts maneuvers from Tai Chi, and they were putting me on this rubber ball that as you stand on it constantly wobbles because it doesn't have enough air pressure in it. They were putting me on that to watch me balance while my wife was using a tennis racket to hit a tennis ball at me. And so I'm trying to swing back at this tennis ball being hit at me while I'm on this wobbly ball. And they're like, dude, you're doing amazing. They're like, every time you come in here, you don't look like the person you were when you were here yesterday. And so that was my weird stuff. And the doctors on the rehab floor were like, hey, look at it like this. The other hospital literally diagnosed you with stage 4 lung cancer. So you technically have the medical records saying that you had stage 4 lung cancer. So you've already beaten lung cancer. And I go, no, you can't say that I've beaten lung cancer because I didn't have to do anything. you know, that's not fair to the people who have actually beaten it. And they're like, well, you did have brain surgery twice in 1 week. That's a huge thing. I was like, that is definitely true. And like my sister paid for Ash, my number one, to come flying out here, and those two came out, and they were here for almost a month. Because nobody knew if I was going to die or not at that point. And like I could not, like my brain was so scattered. Like I would be like, before you go to, like at the very end, she had no more PTO, and they were like, if you don't come back, then you're gonna end up getting terminated because you have no more unexcused absences either. And so she started going back to work in the last little bit, and I was like, before you go, can you please log the computer into the network, because I can't do it. And like I remembered how to do it, but because my eyes and all of my senses was so messed up, I couldn't read the words properly and understand them. Like you only had to click on one button and then scroll down and click I accept, and you were in, and I couldn't do that. Then I did some rehab here at home for like another month afterwards, before I decided that I wanna try to go ahead and get back to streaming, because I'm more cognitively with it now. And I was like, if I can get back to doing the streaming, because I don't have a license anymore, and won't be able to try to get it back at least until May. And so that kind of blows. Which means, of course, I can't be working. But because of my amazing recovery, I don't qualify for disability either. So, we've had a really hard time just making ends meet. But people in our neighborhood have been amazing through this. I have never seen a neighborhood of people show up this quickly. Like when my neighbors on either side of me heard that I was in the hospital, first thing they did was they came up to visit me. Now one set of the neighbors I'd never even met before. Yeah, it does suck at not having a license, considering that was not only how I made my living, but I loved going for drive. And so as soon as they heard that I did not, or that I was in the hospital, they all showed up. And they're like, what do you need? And I was like, what do you mean? I don't need anything. And one of my neighbors was like, we heard you like brownies. I go, yeah, but they won't let me have brownies up here because I'm diabetic. And then the guy was like, tell them we brought you this. And they had baked me some brownies. And they have just been amazing. We found out that the neighbors that brought us brownies, since we moved in, we'd been trying to figure out who had been doing this, but somebody was always like raking our leaves before we could get out there to get them, and shoveling our stuff usually. If we didn't like leave the house, somebody smuggling brownies into the hospital. Yes, that's exactly what happened. And we found out it was one of them. When they're out doing theirs, they just did ours too. And we had a really hard time getting food because we were not having my money on bills. So our neighbors got together and decided on themselves. Like one of our neighbors is from the church. She's the Relief Society president. And so every single night that I was in the hospital, my mom, my sister, my oldest one, Ash, were all still here at the house, along with the two younger kids. And every single day that I was up there, somebody from the ward brought over food, made, like they made dinner. When it was my neighbors that did it, they actually came over and sat down and ate dinner with my family. You know, and it was just crazy. I've never seen, you know, people just so willing to like show up and hang out and like I met probably 10 different people from my neighborhood. Some of them were in the church, some of them weren't. But I met like 10 people from the neighborhood while I was in the hospital. It was just crazy. But it was really nuts though, because I was like, all right, I want to be part of this. Like, I've lived here for 5 years and I didn't know anybody. And I was like, I don't even know how these people found out I was in the hospital, let alone which hospital and where to go for what room. I was like, but they did. And they came over and they visited and they sat and they hung out and I got to know these people. How about this? Dawson can drive on your back. No, I did all this so I wouldn't die, Dawson. You're right, I didn't see that one. But it was definitely a crazy time. But I lived. I didn't die. They scooped some of my brains out, and until a couple weeks ago, everything looked completely different. Like, I got in the car and my wife was driving me home, and I was like, have the mountains always looked like that? And what is up with all these futuristic looking cars? Like, cars look way more streamlined than I was used to. And I was like, I honestly feel like I've fallen into an alternate dimension. And for the longest time, I had, because of where they did the surgery and the anti-seizure, I'm on 3 anti-seizure medications. Because of the anti-seizure medications, I had, you can still see the little scar from it. I had a PICC line where I had to give myself infusions of this antibiotic twice a day, every single day, for like 2 months straight. But like, everything had changed. Like, things, like, I could watch movies I've seen before on like Netflix, and it was like watching a brand new movie, because I didn't remember any of it. And it's just been fun. It really has, because during that time, like, I was laying in my bed just waiting to die, because I remember them telling me I had stage 4 lung cancer, but nobody ever came in and said that I didn't. And so when I got transferred over to the other hospital and they were running all these tests, I'm like, they're just gonna come back and tell me how I have stage 4 lung cancer and I only have, weeks to live. And so in my mind, I was already preparing myself to die. And that was really hard. But I ended up not dying, but it had changed me. And I always get teared up when I think about the time. But it changed me because I got to thinking, nobody has any idea how many minutes. And I broke everything down to minutes, because everybody's like, oh, you don't know how many days you've got left in this planet. Yes, Arco not dies yet again. All of my kids are now completely convinced that while I'm not indestructible, I am unkillable. And they had to make that distinction. They're like, you can still get hurt and you can get horribly messed up, but you won't die from it. And so while I was laying there in the hospital bed, I broke it down and I was like, days is too long, because knowing how many days you have left doesn't really help. I was like, and neither does hours really. For me, it was minutes. You don't know how many minutes you have left on this planet. And I was like, how do you want to spend those minutes? That's Deadpool in a nutshell. Man, if only I could be Deadpool. That would be so cool. But I was like, you don't know how many minutes you have left. And so every action that I do now, I think, is this how I want to spend my minutes? And like Michelle and I have disagreed about something, and I've been like, you know what? This is not how I want to use my minutes. This is not using them wisely. I was like, you can just have it your way until we find out different. And, you know, we just instantly stop. And there's other things that I'm like, that's not how I want to spend my minutes. You know? And it's just crazy because now my whole family knows that phrase. And we created a new game because when I came home and I was having the medicine I was on and the surgery caused me to have visual hallucinations. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, those were fun. And kind of scary. I also had a vision cut, which means I couldn't see out of my left eye. It was really weird. People would approach from my left side and I didn't see until they hit my right eye, and I was like, whoa! But anyways, so I had these visual hallucinations, and I was like, this is crazy. And so I got down to, like, I would see a car go by us while my wife was driving, and then I would see another car, identical, go by us again. And so I got to the point where I started asking my family, real or not real? Is this what just happened? And my kids loved that game because they would literally stand around and I would be like, real or not real? Has that picture in our house always looked like that? It's like one of the ones that was hanging on the wall when we moved in. And I was like, because I can detail out the waterfall and stuff that used to be in the picture that I can remember. Not this beach scene, you know, and stuff like that. It was so weird, but it was so fun. And just being able to figure out how I wanted to spend my minutes. But I have been really missing being able to talk to people while I stream. And I was like, I'm sitting at home completely bored off my ass. I was like, I play games, but I don't get to have where's my body? There, right. I was like, but I don't get to talk to people. Like, I sit at home and I'm completely bored. Oh, it must be nice to have, you know, months of time to stand around and do whatever you want, until you have months of time to stand around and do whatever you want. Then all you want to do is have something to do. But anyways, we I was like, I think I need to get back into streaming. I think I'm cognitive enough that I could do stuff now. But we Kitty number 5 is in the background. Oh yeah, she's over there with one of my tigers. Everybody brought me like a tiger stuffy while I was up there, because they learned that I love tigers. When my friend did ask, is his picture moving? You've been sitting around for a week and starting to lose your mind? Yes. Yes, that has been the way it has been here. Just nuts. What do we get? What do we got? A cinnamon sugar donut. Alright, well, we'll wait to eat that. And it looks like there's another ad going. Weird having them control my ad, but I guess it's a good thing, because then they give me more monies from the ads. Okay, what is it? Oh right, I have to go find the Silverleaf thing. I know these can spawn. Oh, and the Great Woods happen. Ah, no! You can be in pain and have your brain work, or not have any pain and fuck my brain up. Oh god. Neither one of those sounds good. Okay, there was... Alright, looks like it is almost done with the pad here. I love at the top on the tooltip it says sleepable, false. Alright. Which is lying because it should be sleepable. Okay, but I've got some of the places. Boom. Village 1. Okay, there was a magic biome, if I'm not mistaken. Up right. Not Village 1? That's... Okay, let's try going. Click here. All right, we're gonna try to go to next. All right, this one have it. Oh yeah, right up here. This is almost where I decided to go to. This should have, theoretically, hopefully, maybe possibly, one of the mad. Ooh, there's a Great Wood. That's one of the ones I need. It was Great Wood and 5 Great Wood logs. Now, I don't like cutting down these Great Wood trees. If I had Dawson's axe right now, I would totally use it. Maybe I'll wait until I talk to Dawson. Borrow his lumber axe. Because I hate those trees, cutting them down 1 block at a time. You have tons of stuff you want to draw and work on, but when you have the pain meds in me, it just kills your ability to do any artwork. I bet. I have had, although I had some really good pain meds. I don't know what kind of pain meds you're on, but they, I got, what the hell? What'd he just do? Just put it in my inventory? Well, thank you, Dawson. Alright, we'll cut down this tree. Then we'll come back and get sapling. It's gonna take forever to frickin' fall. Check your inventory. But now I have a nice really big pill container with lots of medicines to take, including some really good pain relievers, and I get They gave me a sleep medicine. Like, I haven't been able to sleep ever. Like, I've never gotten good night's sleep, right? When I was in the hospital, I got to talking with the doctors when they come in, and I was like, listen, I can't sleep, and you guys are wanting me to get up and do all these workouts and stuff. And they're like, well, how about we give you this magic pill? And I was like, what does that do? They're like, oh, trust me, this will put you to sleep. And they're like, it's like melatonin on steroids. And I was like, really? Ooh. Well, sign me up. As long as it can be crushed, because I can't chew. Or I can't, you know, and anyways, they all knew I had to be on either crushables or liquids. Okay, I need my sword back because it does more damage, right? It does 5 versus 2. All right. Anyways, so they gave me this stuff called Trazodone. And then when I got to talking with my doctor after I got out of the hospital, my primary care doc, I was like, hey doc, they gave me this magical pill while I was in the hospital. Any chance I could get those? And he was like, I didn't know you had trouble sleeping. And I was like, oh yeah, lots of trouble sleeping. And he was like, yeah, I'll give that to anybody who has trouble sleeping. And then I was like, okay, if all I had to do is ask, I have restless leg syndrome too. Any chance you have a pill that will stop me from making my legs flip around? Yes, the Traz. And he's like, actually, I do. He's like, would you like to try that one as well? And I was like, oh, yeah. And he's like, you don't think you're taking too many drugs, do you? He's like, a lot of people will come in and then we'll line them up with some new drugs and they feel like they're taking too many drugs. And I was like, all I'm hearing you say is that these things will solve my problems that I've been having through my whole life. And if that's what it does, line me up. I'll take it all. As long as it can be crushed. And so then he gave me this stall called Rohypnol, or not Rohypnol, that's fucking date rape drug. Ronaprol? Give me Rohypnol. Yes, he gave me the date rape drug. No wonder I can sleep so well and don't remember anything that happened. I've been dosing myself. So now I take the Ronaprol and the Trazodone, and I sleep like a baby. I also take some melatonin because the melatonin will make me fall asleep quick. No, the Trazodone makes me fall asleep quick. The Rohypnol, not Rohypnol, damn it. Trazodone makes me fall asleep quickly, and then the melatonin makes me stay asleep all night. I actually wake up tired most of the time, which is wonderful because it's you had a good night's sleep and are tired, you know, and so it is definitely a good kind of tired. And I just need a monster to wake up, but I used to always do that anyway, so. But so that's been my exciting time. You're on pain meds for your surgery. You had your appendicitis, right? Is that the only problems that you've been having? I haven't got to talk to you in forever. Sapphire and I were talking about how you and I used to sit around at the Domino's. I mean, even trying to remember stuff like that my brain is like, I'm not certain we have that in file.
I used to punch the clock, taking lunches
Okay, did it give me? Okay, it gave me one great wood sapling. Whole tree, take 4 to grow, is only giving me 1.
I used to suffer from a case of the Tuesdays, but now I feel on top of everything like
But
we don't even need no food and liquor like Lupe.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I remember you telling me you graduated college. That's awesome. Have you found anything to do with your stuff? Have you started doing any online stuff? Or like, I have a friend that lives in Turkey, and he does, like, he graduated with an art major, and he does stuff for the Just 5 website or whatever it is. I don't remember. It's supposed to be like people willing to do stuff for like $5, but a lot of them charge more than $5. Fiverr, that's what it's called. Took me a minute to remember. I hate that it takes me minutes to remember. But at least I can remember. I'm not 5-second Bob. Oh, poor guy. But, come on. Give me some more saplings. Okay. There was that one over here. It should have also dropped saplings by now. Almost getting nighttime. Should have marked it on the ground before I left. I love the things working out. You have been doing a bit of volunteer work for a game called Beyond All Reason, huh? Nice. Anything to get your name out there. That is very cool. I still have no I almost said magical aptitude. Artistic aptitude. All right, time to go back home. I mean, I got what I needed for my quest. I don't know where Dawson is. Finish. Here. Dawson! Are you able to take your thing out of my... That doesn't go in there. Take your thing out of my inventory. Expect to turn around at him. Been doing some furry stuff. Started to do some photography for the local furries. That's awesome. I've got some friends that do TikTok in my gaming group. They are just amazing. They do tons of cosplay and stuff, and like some of them have millions of followers. It just amazes me. And it's kind of fun because I'll sit there and go, hey, these people I get to sit next to it at my gaming group. And alrighty. Well, it is noon. It is time for me to hop off and get some foods. Cause I gotta take some of those wonderful meds at noon. But I'll be back on at 1 o'clock, maybe a little bit after. Gonna try to take a little half an hour nap as well in between now and then. But I will talk to y'all later. Also, I've been wanting to get back doing like my 3-hour stream from 9 to noon, and then from 1 to 4, and then I'm gonna try to squeeze in my old Arco After Darks from like 8 to 11 p.m. All of those are in Mountain Standard Time, and eventually I'm gonna get those put back on my schedule. But if y'all want to tune in for the next one, that one will be from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, like in 55 minutes, 52 minutes, something like that. But anyways, I will see you guys all then. Y'all have a wonderful day until then.